what you're about to experience in the next couple of minutes is an amazing combination of textures, such as this, a fantastic cornice running through, a brilliant wall dressed by an amazing finish in a boardroom where hotshots sit down and create decisions for a company in motion. This is the Ideal Space TV show, the show that delivers magical elements in the spaces we live, work and play. My name is Tim Jiru. Karibu. Is a place where workers get connected to other people and to the organization, and at the same time geared towards focusing in bringing out the very best in productivity. This week we explored hues and textures very rarely used at the workplace. Do you have clients who prefer white as the main color in their structure?
Yes, we do, but it's not a common thing because most people prefer a lot of color, all right? But even with the clients who prefer to fill the big spaces with just white, at Classic Moldings now we've developed a new techniques on how to be able to give it effect. We're able to give it a bit of movement. So even if you fill your whole world with white, these nice interesting feel because of the textures now we are developing with white.
Speaking of textures,
yes,
there's that one texture and there's that.
And these two, as you can see, they're different, but it is the same material, right? So here we're able to give it nice waves all along the wall, and it gets here all the way there. You can see it's more subtle and it's more distressed kind of a feel.
What would you call this texture?
This is distressed.
Distressed?
Yes.
Now, something that's come into my mind is very, very interesting. Many people fear using white in their spaces. What's the reason?
Contrary to what people think, like white is always in the hospitals, things have changed now. There's a lot of color in the hospitals, and it's because color helps in healing, because it brings in that feel-good feeling.
When I look at the experiment that you put together with the colors inside this business park, why did you have to go for that, for those colors?
What I can tell you here, we had a very great experience here, because what you see here is different kind of color combinations and not your normal kind of colors. The way the colors are being combined here, like look at this maroonish color, the way it's going in with the silver, and this is a different kind of a material, like the texture, it has a texture, you know, and it's more rocky. This is more of a metallic finish. Then you get the dodo rail, it's all white. So here we were experimenting with different sort of colors that are different altogether, colors not used all the to bring in dynamism, which makes people even work harder and get more motivated.
Productivity is what you're talking about.
Yes.
So colors bring productivity.
A lot. This is Caravaggio. It has that velvet kind of a feel when you touch it. It's an excellent material. It's easy, you can be able to wipe it. And being a business sensor again, you want to remain very professional. And looking at these finishes here, they're not funky, you know. It has that working feel when you look at it. Yes.
What sort of partitioning is this?
All this we've used dry board. All right?
Different textures?
Different textures again. Even before you get now to the textures, the partitioning itself, like the whole space here, we got it more like a floor again also.
Right.
So we've designed from the ceilings to to the way the partitioning where they're falling in, that is space management. And apart from that, now we come in now and give it texture now to make it more.
Is this texture accidental? Where it's placed? Look, what's the driving philosophy here?
What we are doing here again now, it's making sure everything we are applying, it's also very easily, you can clean easily and it's workable, because now the rough texture, if you're going to have it here, then people are touching here all the time. You want a material that is easily cleaned, and you don't want someone who touched here maybe with some dirt, it gets in, someone else comes. You want something that you can be able to clean. So that's why we have this encausto up here, then you have the Pietra picking up from there.
Wow, wow,
that's amazing, right? You know,
unbelievable.
Tim, let me tell you, this is the African backcloth look we were trying to create here.
What's the origin of backcloth?
Backcloth is more in Uganda, where they get that backcloth. They use it for creating arts, for creating mats for the tables, for many things. So it has a very interesting African feel. And here what we've done is we've achieved the same touch and feel of a backcloth.
With the colors.
Yes, but now the colors we've used here, to be honest, are very unrealistic, and that's the contrast about it. Because you have the same feel and look of a backcloth, but the colors are so unrealistic, and that's why that's a beauty basically of colors. You can play around with them. Look at the ceilings.
Heavenly.
Excellent, heavenly kind of finishes. Again, you can see our moldings, the way they're able to blend the wall into the ceiling. With the moldings, Tim, it helps to give you a very flawless trim, you know, in between the wall and the ceiling. That's the main thing about it. And right now, it's very much in fashion. And what happens in the moldings, you can get the simple ones like the one you have here. You can get a rounded one or a geometrical kind of a finish also. So with the moldings, you have a very big range that you offer our clients.
Exciting learning that from you. Many thanks.
Welcome. I can take you to the boardroom. You see what we did at the boardroom. Tim, welcome to the ideal space to work.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. Look at this. This is Pietra. Okay? Look how it's combined with stucco marmo. And this time with a very interesting application, diagonal. If you look at it, looks like the column has been wrapped.
Like a gift wrap.
Exactly. Exactly. And the Pietra here, as you can see, the application is very easy, very subtle, you know. You don't have words for it.
Transform your existing roof space into a room of endless possibilities. Turn it into a bedroom, a study, or a lounge with the amazing roof window from Classic Moldings.
These are the tools you use. So what we have here is a scraper. Then we have the steel. And the steels also make sure they are clean. Don't mix colors. Really? Too quick. Just get it onto the steel. But now, the most important thing is the wall preparation. Yeah. You have to make sure that you skim your wall to make sure it is smooth. Then once your wall is smooth, again you have to make sure that you put the right primer for it. Primer is more of an undercoat. And once you put the undercoat, then you can go straight on and do the first coat like I'm doing. Right, so this will be the first coat for what you're going to create today.
So I can
give it a try?
Oh yeah, sure.
Give it a try.
Okay,
just put little material there.
Put a little material over
there. Then put it. That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. Now push it on the trowel. Just move. Then make sure your hand, just make sure, give me this, it doesn't ductify you. Make sure that your hand is at 30 degrees.
By 30 degrees.
Yeah, 30 degrees means you're able to pull the material. You're doing it well. Push the material through. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's very
Very easy to do. So we can train you, and you can do it for yourself.
Oh look, I'm even achieving
And I'm not charging you for it.
Oh wow.
For the training, I don't.
This is so easy and so cool, huh?
You know, it's something anyone can do. You know? This is dry now. So now, as you can see, it's well dry. So we will go now to the second coat. This first coat takes about 2 to 3 hours to dry. Then once it is dry now, we do the second coat. What to do now is put the texture, which is now by dragging this across like this. See that?
Okay. So this is what that does.
This is what that does now. It gives me now that travertino texture. Then make sure your hand moves straight. That your hand, your lines don't go up and down, up and down.
I'll probably do the last one.
Yes, I want you to do the last one. See that? See that?
Yes.
So come and pull it. Just drag it across. They're not so straight, but anyway, we're trying.
How deep should I go in?
Press it in. If you don't press it in, it will not give you that depth. Yes, that's it. Oh, love it. Love it. Oh, again,
Okay.
another line. Yes.
The one on top, right?
Yes. Which is the final line now.
This is how they do it, huh?
This is how we do it.
Travertino effect.
Travertino effect. That's how we do it. I'll allow it to dry like 50% dry. Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll come and observe it. I have to be very keen once I've gotten here now. And what I will do is, once it's 50% dry, I can see the top area is already drying out.
Yes.
Then I allow it. Once I've seen the inside line have started drying, I'll come with my trowel. I'm going to clean it in the water right now. Then I'll come with a clean trowel on top, just placing just little by little. And what I'll be doing now is to even the lines,
yes,
and to make them settle down. It's half dry now, Tim.
Right.
Which is like an hour down the line. So what I'm going to do now is your steel has to be clean again.
Right.
Okay. Then I'm going to run the steel on top of it just to make sure that I kill the roughness. See that? The gritters, because the gritters at times are covered by all this dust. Now once you get here, so once we get here now, it's ready for polishing. So what we've done now, the wax is dry.
Right.
Okay, so I use the same brush. I run the brush across the grain. So what I'm doing now is more removing excess wax, and the one that is there, I'm pressing it and I'm polishing also at the same time. It is smooth, but when you look at it, it gives you that rough. How do you like it?
I love it. It's what I'd want to have in my house.
Can I show you what we've done now?
Wait a minute. I love that perfectionist.
All right, let me see. Yeah, you're almost there.
I think I'm done.
Cool. Thank you for the a job well done. Look at that.
Wow.
See that? Look at that.
The first time on the Ideal Space.
Yeah. See, it's really polished. Yeah. You can do closely. You can see it's well polished.
Finally, a few design do's and don'ts for the master bedroom.
The master bedroom is generally the largest room that is within a house. It's also the room that is occupied by the master of the room or the master of the house, and that's why it's called a master bedroom. In most houses, master bedrooms are the ones that contain the ensuite bathroom. They have the interconnecting toilet bathroom. There are certain houses, however, that have ensuite bathrooms in more than just the master bedroom, and that's why we say that it's the size and it's the occupants that label it as a master bedroom. Also the fact that most men leave the women of the house into choosing what goes into the room, to designing, into color. I feel that since it's a master bedroom and you're both going to be occupying that space, it's ideally recommended that you both have an intake or an input in what sort of you're going to have going in there. Yes, the woman obviously will be the one who knows you better. She's your wife. She knows you better. But then again, nobody's perfect, and you can't really understand anyone to that full content. Your bedroom is a space where you're both going to be, so I feel that it's highly recommended as a designer that you're both in there to sort of have a neutral decision and a mutual understanding of what your space is going to be like with each other in it. I would suggest beds for master bedrooms should be all very nice, big, spacious, obviously comfortable. But at the same time, there are those couples who want that coziness, they want that cozy romantic feeling. Soft furnishings, we could be looking at plush pillows, cushions that are thrown onto the bed for decoration purposes. Blinds or curtains are like soft furnishings. Also mirrors in the room, they form part of a soft furnishing, only because these are little detail which fold together and bring the space out. Bedside lamps are also soft furnishings. Any paintings, any pictures or wall hangings are soft furnishings as well. Same thing with standing lamps, standing floor lamps. You can have feature walls in your master bedroom. Entirely depends on what, as an individual, the two of you have come to mutual decisions about. It could be something you strongly believe in or strongly feel about. It could be something sacred. It could be, maybe you're both very feng shui or very in elements of design. You have certain beliefs of certain colors. So you could include that feature wall. You could have a painting. You could have a wall hanging. Ideally, depending on what design of the bed you have, you could even go for a feature wall that's textured or patterned. The big do's are those, and the big don'ts for master bedrooms are that obviously one is that if you're planning to have carpet, either entirely carpet the room or have a little rug that's at the foot of the bed, it makes no sense sort of having a carpet that's under furniture, under beds or under vanity tables, because they're just going to collect dust mites and dust, and it's just a health hazard in terms of cleanliness as well. Another big don't is that don't overly do too many florals, don't overly do too many stripes, because it has to be something that should be identified as a master bedroom just by looking at it. If you have a little bit of floral, make sure that for every one thing that you have feminine, you have one thing that's masculine. So it's a well-balanced room where there'll be a lot of harmony as well as a lot of peace between the couple. Another thing that another big don't is having a television in the master bedroom. Personally, as an interior designer, I feel that having a television is very disturbing and is very distracting, because at the end of the day, You look forward to sharing the events of your days with your partner. If you're both working, or if one of you is a homemaker and the other is working, you look forward to having that time together, and you only have it when you're in the master bedroom, ideally because you have children or you are doing other things. When your wife's in the kitchen, or when your husband is in his office doing his office work, you don't get that time. And it's very disturbing, I feel, and it's very rude when one is engaged in TV while the other is making an effort to engage in conversation. I feel that the TV should be left to the family room and the TV rooms, because that's why we really have them, for you to watch TV in. When it comes to lighting in master bedrooms, I would recommend some soft lighting, which creates that mood, creates that feeling and that ambience. If you have a walk-in wardrobe, you don't need very brightly lit bedrooms because you need that light when you're getting ready in your walk-in closets or in your walk-in wardrobes. Bathrooms also are well lit, so master bedrooms where the actual content of the bed is, I feel, should be very softly, warmly lit. Ceilings depend on the space. A lot of big houses in the 90s, which were architecturally built, had all these really architecturally structured ceilings. They become difficult to create a feature, but ideal would be, paintable wallpaper to create a pattern. If you're using block paint, flat block paint, to bring out the space internally into the rooms. You could also use paint on the ceilings. You could paint them with the same color as the feature wall. That would create that sense of depth, that sense of space. But if the occupants want to have that open air, large ceiling area between ground and ceiling, it's very advisable to leave it in a more neutral color. You could go brilliant white, or you could go a very soft or creamy white. And there you have it, your ideal master bedroom in black and white. Over to you.
I'm totally lost for words. And on that, we wind up the show. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you have any ideal spaces you might want to share with us, the email address is on your screen. I've been Tim Giru, the question begs, how ideal is your space? Bye for now.